So Cartoon Network has greenlit a couple of shows that will be premiering next year, so I'm going to go over the pilots and what I think of them. In this video, I'm only going to be talking about 2 of them. I know there are more, but I haven't really seen much of them, and I've been trying to find the pilots of one of them called Tigglewinks. It was online for a while, but then it's just disappeared. So, it was said that it was on the Cartoon Network app, but I looked on it and I couldn't find it. So I don't know what happened to the pilot for Tigglewinks. I also haven't seen the pilot for Apple and Onion, and I have seen the pilot though for Infinity Train. I'm not sure if that was greenlit or not, but yeah. I would hope that would be greenlit because that was probably the most interesting out of all of them. But in this video, I'm going to be focusing on 2 of them, Craig of the Creek and Summer Camp Island. Craig of the Creek is from Matt Burnett and Ben Levin, who worked on Steven Universe. And it's kind of very obvious because the art style is very similar. Also, they put a little Steven doll in the background as part of this pilot. The show follows a kid and his friends after they get off school having an adventure in the woods. And it reminds me a lot of what me and my friends would do after school or on the weekend, just exploring the woods around here and having some fun. This pilot definitely gives me a lot of Clarence vibes from it, and out of the 2 pilots I'm talking about in this video, I kinda liked the dialogue the most in this one. There were a lot of points where I was giggling at what one of the characters, JP, said. Also, since this is going to be a series, Phil Lamar is going to get a lot more work. I heard his voice 3 times from 3 different characters in this pilot. So, good for him, I guess. I think it'll be a fun little series. It's going to be a lot more down-to-earth than the other pilots we got. Because Summer Camp Island is a little bit too weird for me. I'll see how the series goes after the first few episodes air, but so far I'm pretty hesitant. First of all, I know I'm not really supposed to judge this too much, but the art style isn't really gelling with me. This series is from Julia Potts, who worked on Adventure Time, but yeah, it doesn't look like that at all. This has a sort of style that I think would work better as something like a comic, like some kind of webcomic you would read every week, but the way the characters look in their side views and head-on is kinda jarring. I'm not sure if this art style will just warm up to me eventually if the writing is good, but so far it's really weird. It's probably because everything in the pilot is, like, alive. You have the main character Oscar having his pajamas talk to him, and there's this weird UFO alien thing with a gremlin in it. I mean, it's supposed to be an alien, but it looks like a gremlin. I mean, look at that, it looks like Gizmo. I mean, technically that's a mogwai, not a gremlin, I guess. It also felt like the story that they went with for the pilot didn't feel like it should be a pilot. The introductory of all the characters seems very abrupt. But hopefully that does change once the series does air, and I might change my mind. But so far, Summer Camp Island isn't really resonating with me. And like I said, I haven't really seen the other pilots. I haven't seen Apple and Onion or the Tigglewinks, but I just wanted to focus on those other 2 for this video. I might talk about the other ones eventually if I can find the pilot to Tigglewinks, but right now I just wanted to focus on those 2. So if you have seen any of the Cartoon Network pilots for the cartoons coming next year, tell me down in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, by now we're getting a bit used to winter. We're like soldiers in the middle of a campaign, growing hardened to discomfort and better able to